You know what's funny? Some of the smartest kids in school end up living the most average lives. Think about it. The kid everyone called gifted. The kid teachers said had unlimited potential. The kid who was supposed to do great things. What happened to him? Because somewhere along the way, the smart kid stopped winning. And this is the reason nobody talks about. When you're young, being smart feels like a superpower. Things come naturally. You learn faster than other people. You get praised for being talented, for being gifted, for having potential. And that's where the trap begins. Because eventually life stops rewarding potential and starts rewarding execution. Nobody cares how smart you are. Nobody cares how much potential you have. The real world rewards results. And for a lot of gifted people, that transition is brutal. Because for the first time in their lives, they run into something difficult, something they can't master immediately. Maybe it's building a business. Maybe it's getting in shape. And suddenly, they're not the smartest person in the room anymore. They're beginners. And that's exactly what their ego can't handle. Most people think failure is what stops smart people. It's not. It's embarrassment. They don't want to look bad. They don't want to be average. They don't want people seeing them struggle. So instead of risking failure, they avoid the game entirely. And that's where years disappear. Because it's much easier to tell yourself, I could do it if I wanted to, than to actually try and discover you're not as special as you thought. Meanwhile, something interesting happens. The average guy keeps moving. The guy who wasn't the smartest in school. The guy who wasn't called gifted. The guy nobody expected much from. He starts winning. Not because he's smarter. Because he's willing to be bad at something. He's willing to fail. He's willing to look stupid. He's willing to start. While the gifted kid is still protecting his image, the average guy is building skills. And eventually skills beat potential. Every single time. That's why potential can become a curse. Because potential creates expectations. And expectations create fear. Fear of failure. Fear of judgment. Fear of discovering you're not exceptional. But here's the truth. Potential is just another word for unfinished. Potential doesn't change your life. Action does. And the moment you stop protecting your image, everything changes. The moment you're willing to be the worst guy in the room, you finally give yourself permission to grow. Because every strong man was once a beginner. Every successful man was once clueless. Every expert was once terrible. The difference is they kept going. So if you're still waiting for your potential to save you, stop. Potential is not your advantage. Execution is. And the men who win understand the difference.